We're making the Adidas website. We've made the nav bar, right? So we got that done. We've done the splash. And the next part is the cards. So if you go to the original Adidas website, this is the next part that we're replicating. Basically, all we're going to be doing is this. We're not going to do the heart. We could, but we're not going to. And then we're going to put some text underneath it. Do we feel okay with that? I'm going to show you 2 ways to do it, by the way, because there's 2 different scenarios you have to be prepared for. Just to remind you what we've done, we've set up our grid with 6 different columns. So we're all set up with that. Now we just have to add the divs in. So let's get into it. Step 1, let's go to Adidas and let's download all of these images. So I'm not sure if you remember, you go to inspect. We're gonna go to network. We're gonna go to the images. Let's make this a little bit smaller. Let's download it, reload the page, and let's grab all of these ones. So let's see, no, America. I think this is one of them. This is the shoe. Okay, we want that. Save image. I'm going to call it shoe 1. Okay, good. Let's do the second one. We're going to save that image. Shoe 2. Now, just for time's sake, I'm only going to do 3 because once you've done one card, you literally just copy and paste and change the image. So I think you guys are able to do that. Person. All right, great. We got our things. Let's add them to our assets. We'll drag them in. Asset 1. Asset 2, and asset number 3. All right, great. Now let's start making these. So this is our first div. This is the nav. This is our second div. That's the splash. Now we're going to add 3 more for 3 cards. So 1, and let's give these classes. Class equals card, so we can style them all together, make our lives a little easier. 1, 2, and 3, and let's give them all their own IDs so we can add the images to them. So ID equals card 1, ID equals card 2, and ID equals card 3. All right, we got it. Now, what do you think the next part of this is? Now that we've set those up and we have our images, we want to make our cards.
I apologize, that iPhone charger, anyone?
Yeah, okay.
Because Abdul cannot work if his phone is not charged. And like the whole school is in trouble now because we don't charge. Thank you, Mr. Singh. I'll bring it up.
Yeah, we're going to add the images in. All right. Now, there's 2 ways to do it. So I'm going to do this 2 times for you guys just so you can see both ways. There's some websites where you have an image and then text. And there's some where you have image and then text on top of it. If you have image and text underneath it, you're actually going to add the image tag to it. So inside the div, I'm going to add the image with the ID. Well, we'll just do class equals, because I'm going to style these, card IMG. Gosh. And then we're going to give it a source of that first one. So where is that one? The first shoe was not that, it was this guy. All right, we'll copy the URL. We'll go over here. We'll go back to this. And we'll add that source. And then we'll close it out. And let's see how that looks. So you see how that kind of fills in the thing? Sometimes it doesn't fill in. We'll talk about how to do that in a second, but that's basically what we're trying to do. Now you'll see under here there's 2 different like tags. One's a little bit bigger than the other, so we're gonna have to give them 2 different names. So what I'm gonna do is add 2 more text to it. So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna do a P tag. And we're gonna give this one a class of title, because that's like title of the product. I'm gonna do another P tag. And let's give this one a class of description, so DEC for description. Okay, now let's copy and paste the text in just to make our lives easier. I don't want to type it out. So Ultra Boost 5X shoes. Okay, let's grab that.
Be quiet, there's 12 kids learning in here.
Everyone's conspiring. I'm making a video.
12, yeah.
Video.
Paper flies?
I'm making a video. Yeah. I'm recording for the kids who aren't here because I care. Why do just no one respects like my space here? Can you guys realize that now? Just people bust in. I'm saying video. No one respects how I spell. Performance. Okay. All right. So you see the words there? Looks a little okay. I'm into it. There's things I could say about it. Probably it's a little bit too big, right? But we get the idea here. So let's now copy and paste this card, all the stuff in it, and we'll do it 3 times. So that's card 1. We're going to put all those same things in card 2 and all those same things in card 3. And we're going to add the images to change them up. So let's grab this one over here. We'll go back to our index. Card number 2. Let's grab this and change it. This is crazy stuff, right, guys? Okay, over here. And then this woman was the 3rd one. Copy that URL. Okay. Now, I'm not going to change the text because I think you guys understand that I have to change the text and I don't feel like writing all that out. But that's what it should look like. So you see how I have my 3 cards there? Now, this is kind of, do you see how we said there were 6 columns, right? Let me show you what's going on here. So what's happening is the following. So let's click on the grid. So why do my grid, when you put things that are bigger than your grid, it expands the grid. So this image is inside the grid and it pulled it bigger because the image is bigger than the grid line. So it actually widens it out and it actually throws everything off. So what you have to do is actually control the size of your images, which is kind of easy to do. What we just have to do is style that class. So if you see here, the class is called card img. We go over here. We come down here. We say card-img. And what we're going to do is we're going to set the width to 100%. Meaning I don't want it to go, it's 100% of the div. So it doesn't expand beyond it. It just fits right in it. Now if you look, I reload my page. Do you see how now they're actually fitting in? And on top of that, they're about the right size. So when I say 100%, it's 100% of the div. It doesn't go beyond the size that it should be. So you see how I can fit 3 more in there? That's it. Now, if I were being really fancy here, let's just change the size, like what this looks like. So Ultra Boost, what do we call that first title? Hold on. We called that title, right? So the title, I think, had a little bit of bold to it. So we'll just say this, font weight bold. And then I think we said description was our other one, DEC. I think that it's a little bit grayed out, right? So you see how it's a lighter gray? Let's just say color gray. All right, let's see how we did it. Boom, I have the Nike website. I have Adidas. That's it, that's how you make cards. All right, you could add another P tag for if you have a price, and there are things like that. One last thing, I told you I'm gonna do it in 2 ways, I know. The other example is, let's say you were doing, I know is someone doing the Apple website? This is, all right, for example, in the Apple website, you see how it's image with text on top? Here's a different situation. I'll do it real quick for you guys, just to show you the difference. If you wanna do it where it's image with text on top, because that's gonna be a lot of your websites, do not put the image inside the div, all right? You don't want that. What you wanna do is set that as your background. So I'll do it for one of these. So I'm gonna delete that for card, well, let's do it for card 1. Okay, let's grab this out, boom. All right, image is out, and what I'm gonna do is go over here, back to style. For card 1, ooh, hashtag card 1, we're gonna set the background to the URL. We're gonna put the image in here. So this was the first image right here. Copy the URL, go over here, put that in. You might remember, well, let's see how that looks. You see how it's too big? What I'm gonna do is now go over here, background size, cover. This is gonna make sure it doesn't go bigger, and then I'm gonna be background, position, center, because I want it to be centered. This is missing its semicolon at the end, and this is what it'll look like now. So you see how that's the same idea where you can make a card. This is image with text on top. So you might have one of those 2 situations. That's how you do cards. If you could do these 3 things, put a footer on it, you've got yourself a website. Questions or comments?